Hello, I'm Dr. Margaret. Today I'd like to talk to you about sound. You probably don't think that's very important, but actually it's vital to your existence and your life. You know, when you were born, you were thrown into a very loud world. And unknown to your conscious mind, your spirit self was making sure you were listening. Even in the womb, you were listening to the sounds of your mother, her body, and the voices around. So you were very aware even before you were born. But you might say, well, what if I'm deaf? I can't hear sounds. But actually, sounds do affect you. They are made by friction. So if I clap my hands, you can hear it. If I go like this, you can hear it, yes? So everything that you do in this life is relative to what you hear or what you feel. Let's imagine that you're in a forest. You know that there are bears around. You also know what a bear looks like. You can envisage that straight away. If you hear a twig breaking in the background, somewhere in the distance, you're immediately on alert. You're thinking about all the possibilities that could happen. Would the bear attack you? Should you stand still? Should you run away? Should you find a flame and throw it? What should you do? Your instinct will tell you, stand your ground, while your mind may say run away. Well, it's no different with meeting other humans. Let's transfer that scenario into going into a store to buy something. Here's a very articulate salesperson, and they are trying to sell you something you don't really want to buy. They're strong, they're powerful, they're talking to you in a certain tone, and suddenly you find yourself saying, well, I don't really want it, but I'll listen. And before you know where you are, you're walking out that store with that object. And then you get home and you think, why did I buy this? I don't really need it. Well, what was happening was you lost control. You were listening to the tone and sound of the salesperson. You allowed them to overpower you, control you, manipulate you, and suggest to you in a hypnotic state that you buy their object. You lost the battle. If, on the other hand, you've walked into the store and there they are kind of umming and ahhing and I have this particular product and it's quite good and perhaps you'd like it, you would find yourself taking over and asking a lot of firm questions and deciding whether you wanted to listen to any more, and if you didn't, walking out of that store without that object. Power, control are important to us. So we need to listen. We need to feel the vibration of sound hitting our body, hitting our aura. And of course, the moment we do sense that some energy is invading our space, as it were, then quite suddenly we have to look around, open our eyes and check out where that sound is coming from. Have you been disturbed lately? Have you found yourself thinking that a partner is shouting too much and disturbing your energy? Or just simply walking into the room and you feel disrupted? Well, maybe it's their negative energy in their aura that's bouncing off your aura, causing friction, causing you a disturbance, which makes you then ask a question. What's up? What's wrong? Of course, you might hear more than you want to hear, but whatever it is, that conversation is going to bring to you, to your mind, to your emotions, and to your spirit self, some part of you being aware that you are disturbed. Let's move this idea now to a joyous moment. Let's say you went to a wedding and everyone is celebrating the union of two people who are really in love, and everyone is friendly, and everyone is drinking champagne and toasting, and while you're watching, looking, you're hearing the tinkle of glasses, you're hearing the laughter of people, you hear a sense of the vibration of unity in your aura, and suddenly you're tingling all over. You feel very special, and you feel like you're very much part of the party. And wherever you look, you're blinking a lot because you're seeing something good. And you feel safe, not disturbed, but rather elated and healed. Your brain needs to look at what you see and what you hear in order to survive. Every day of your life, you use these skills. But as I said earlier, what if you're deaf? You can't hear those noises, but you can feel them. Or vice versa. What if you can hear, but you can't see? How would you know what everyone looks like in the room? Again, by feeling and adding touch. When you touch a face, you can feel the muscles, and you can feel whether a person is laughing or sad. So here I am touching my face, and I smile, and I feel my cheeks swell out. And unusual, I feel my muscles tighten. Okay? This is how blind and deaf people work. I want to encourage you, with your senses working, to think about yourself, the face you express to the world, your body language, the way you walk, and the way you sound when you're happy and when you're sad. You see, you put out an image to the world that you don't see. That idea that you have a secret, that you're hiding a fear, well, it's not hidden. It's written all over your face and your body. Everyone sees you for who you really are. And of course you can say that of other people, because you have learned over time to know people who are lying, people who con people, to those who are truthful and sharing something that's important. So this little video is all about making you aware to use your senses of sight and hearing in a different way. Move them into being psychically aware. Start using the sense of feeling with hearing and seeing. Start touching things, for my face, for my body, or for someone else. A hug. What do you really feel when that happens, rather than just patting simply or just shaking hands? What do you really feel from that person? Try and understand as though you are blind and deaf. It's a good way to begin to understand your psyche. Because all those years ago, as I said in the beginning, when you were born, that was the way you processed your arrival into the world. And through the coming couple of years, you learn to hone that skill into your mind, into your brain, in other words, to start to learn words and to identify all the things that you take for granted today. So what is my little message at the end of this? Don't take you for granted. Don't take the world for granted. Don't believe that you're always in control. Admit there are times when you're not. People will like you more when they see that you can bow down sometimes and let other people lead. Of course, you don't want to be led up the garden path, so you also know when people are conning you or telling you a lie. Trust your instincts. Trust your intuition. Use psychometry, the sense of feeling. You'll make yourself a lot happier. The world will be happier. People will be happier with you. And yes, you can have a content life. If you've liked listening to me, I hope you might like to go to my radio show on Web Talk Radio called Journey into an Unknown World. and of course I've been naming some of my videos the same. And if you'd like to talk with me, you can email me. I do share my name, email, Dr. Margaret, rvc@gmail.com, and I do answer all my mail. And maybe you'd like to connect with me on Twitter, Dr. Margaret RVC, or maybe you'd like to connect with me on Facebook and LinkedIn. I do connect with people. I really do believe it's important that we all share our knowledge and wisdom and integrate as much as we can. So keep in touch. And if you like my videos, please do subscribe to them, and please share or like. The more people I can help for free, the better it is, because I love my work. So until we meet again, please reach out and help me help someone else. Stay well.